Buona giornata, my name is Stefania. Welcome to my channel. So today we are going to play with the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. Usually I start these videos out without my makeup on and I kind of like play with it with you guys. But today was a day. So I went ahead and I just wanted to look put together. I was in that mood of like, I need to feel good. Like I'm going to put makeup on. But anyways, we are going to test this out. I will do, obviously I got swatches everywhere. So we're going to do some comparisons. I also got in my other Jaclyn Hill lipstick, which is what I have on right now. I will link the video up here showing you guys like I already did a swatch video of those. So if you're interested in that, make sure you watch it. But yeah, I'm so happy about this. Look at the background matching. Look at that. And then I can't help but think like sunrise, and I'm like, did you guys watch Sex and the City when it was like sunrise, sunset? Like that whole song of the ridiculous like choir at the wedding. I don't know why, but I can't get it out of my head right now. I can't, and I don't even like the song. Anyways, I'm gonna stop blabbing. Please don't forget to subscribe before we get started. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, let's go ahead and play with some makeup. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. You guys, I have like been super obsessed with mug collecting lately. It's like really bad. Also, my coffee addiction is at an all-time high. I switched to black coffee this week because of my show and just, you know, creamer calories, unfortunately. And the first like 2 days of black coffee, I'm always like, bleh. And then once I get into a groove, it's like I can last, I love it. I don't understand. Well, I understand, but I still need to get past the first few days. And right now we're in that first few days where I'm just like, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So I really wanted to dive into her last night, but I haven't been getting off work and like home until like 9 p.m. So this is what she looks like untouched. I feel like it's like once you touch it, it's like a new car, you know, it's never gonna look the same. But, oh, it's so pretty. All right, so I already primed my lids with Tarte Shape Tape, and yeah, I'm actually gonna go in with a small brush. I'm gonna dip into the shade Citrine. So I have an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. We're gonna play with makeup and just, it's fine, you know? It's all, that is what I'm here to do with you guys. So I'm going to kind of like do a little bit more of like a kind of rainbow-ish look. I will say that shade already, it does have a lot of powder in it, but pigment-wise, I'm happy about it. It's the lighter yellow, so I never mind kick up until I feel like it gets all over my palette, and then I get a little bit annoyed, but it's not having any fallout, and I did go ahead and put powder in my eyes just in case. And then hopefully I like this, because I'm just going to go ahead and do it on both eyes. I'm barely putting any pressure into my brush. So next we're going to grab Carnelian, which is a little bit more of like a burnt orangey yellow. And we're going to take that in the center. But I really love that she did a smaller pan palette. I feel like this is perfect. In some ways, I'm like, this is perfect for travel. For those of you that travel. But I really like that she did the smaller. I feel like this makes so much more sense. The price point is so much better. Like, I hope that she just continues with this and like doesn't do the bigger eyeshadow palettes anymore, because I've honestly like never hit pan on any of them. And I feel like this color story just excited me more than most of her palettes. Like just looking at this, obviously we'll see if it works well, but just looking at this, I'm like, I'm gonna use this all the time. Whereas some of them I'm just like, I don't think I would. Like Lila, I don't really reach for that one a lot. I feel like I kind of reach for the gold one and the sunset one the most. Okay, now we're gonna take Glory. I'm just gonna clean this brush and use the same brush, because let's see how much. So there's definitely a little powder in these, which I said I'm totally fine with. I'm not upset about it. I'm gonna kind of sweep this out. and blend it in with that Carnelian shade. So I think you'll definitely have to build this one a little bit, which I'm totally fine with. But yeah, I hope she keeps coming out with more affordable stuff. I feel like we all like it. Like all of her mini stuff, I'm like, this just, it makes me happy. As long as the quality is the same, I am way more about this stuff than I am about the other, like the bigger palettes. All right, so I'm gonna sweep that out. I think I want to do a cut crease today, so I'm going to go ahead and darken up that shade in the center, just because I want it to blend a little bit better into the magenta. So I'm going to do a cut crease, but I am going to deepen this up a little bit more, kind of bring it a little bit further down. There we go. Okay, I like that a lot better. So now I'm going to cut the crease, and then we'll go in with a shimmer shade. I really like that she didn't do any of the cream to powder formulas in this because, like I said, I'm just not really a cream person, so I'm really happy she left that out. So far, everything is working very nicely. But yeah, let's see. Okay, crease is cut with the Tarte Shape Tape. Then I'm going to grab the peachy shade in here that's called Morgan, and I'm just going to very lightly like tap my brush and just kind of go over that top area just to kind of tie it in. I wish I had more lid space. I really do, but you know, I don't. I like how I cover my like whole mirror with this thing. What else is I going to say? But yeah, everything is blending out perfectly fine. I will say, like, I don't think that this is similar to her other palettes. Like, not, I mean, it's similar, but I wouldn't say there's like dupes other than like the cranberry. I feel like she does a lot of cranberry shades and a lot of golds, you know, like, I mean, if everyone else does too, but yeah, I would say that that's probably, but it is different. Like the Sunset palette is a lot warmer than this one with a lot more brown tones. This one doesn't have a brown, which I usually complain about. I love browns in a palette. Like, you know, everyone has to have like blacks. I'm more like, I need browns. Like, I need at least a brown. Because one thing, she did a good job. I mean, there's this shade Clove and this shade Jasper, but I need to have something to deepen up that outer crease. So, but it's all personal preference. All right. Yeah, so that kind of helped it kind of come together a little bit more. I know we still look a little crazy, but it's going to be fine. All right. I'm also trying out a new, what is it called? A microphone. My brain is not working, you guys. I'm like, one more month until I'm done dieting, but it's not been great. So I think I'm going to grab the shade Azalea, which is that center shade. But yeah, I'm trying a new mic thing because I know some people say that the audio isn't that great. So let me know if you guys even notice a difference. Hopefully I do. I went shooting yesterday. Like I shot a gun yesterday, which I've done it before, but it's been a really long time. Nick actually just got my husband just got a gun, which I thought it was going to freak me out more. I'm like, as long as you keep it in a safe space, I'm okay, but I don't love having a gun in the house, but I'm also not like, get rid of it, you know? I'm just kind of like, okay, keep it somewhere safe. I don't really like want to know that it's there and it stays there. Like, don't, I don't know, it always freaked me out, like going to people's houses and having them be like, oh, I'll show you my guns. Like that always really freaked me out. All right, real quick, I'm going to spray my brush, but that color is showing up. I really like it. I just think it would look better wet. So we will take it. But oh, I like this shade a lot. You guys know I love my rose golds, which this is kind of more on the peachy side, which is totally fine because I like that too. Wet, it kind of makes it into, I think this is like a duochrome type shade. It kind of turns it more pinky, like the pinkier tone. But I always wonder if Natasha will ever come out with like a really bright palette. I feel like this is the closest we've gotten, but I wonder if she's ever gonna like do that or not, or if she's like, that's just not my speed. So I'm not gonna take it all the way in. I'm gonna take about 3/4 the way in, but I really like how that's applying. And then we're gonna take a gate over here and put that on the inner part of the eye. I will say, I mean, everyone has, let's see how bright this is. Okay, it's not bad. Just because I do like it when palettes at least include like an inner corner shade, like that's something that probably would annoy me more than not having like a dark shade. But again, that's just me trying to be as picky as possible. At this point, I don't think any palette is ever going to be perfect because we all have just such different preferences. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, I shot guns, so I'm like, my hearing is not that great today. I did use like the giant things, but it totally like, I was like, it should be harder to shoot a gun. I did not realize how easy it was, and man, just the shots from the other people next to me, I was just like I did not, I had fun. It was cool, but I don't think it's gonna be a hobby. So this shade is cute. I wet this shade as well. It's not like the most, you know, it's definitely not a white or anything, but it's a nice cream shade. So fallout wise, I don't see any, like, which is surprising. I'm sure probably that's because I like built it up very slowly, because there is powder kick up for sure in the pans, but I don't really notice any fallout on my face, which is very nice. I probably will go in and fix this outer corner, but I kind of want to see what it looks like all together first. I'm not used to like really drawing it out that far, but I do like it. I do like the way it blended, so I am very happy so far. Yes, Natasha. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this ColourPop pencil for the lower lash line, just because I think it'd be nice to have something a little different in the waterline, and I like the way that looks with this look. Okay, we're gonna do the lower lash line together, and then I will do the other eye by itself. So we're just gonna kind of follow the same thing. We're gonna go in with Glory, and hopefully this will tie everything kind of in. Guys, I did the Jaclyn Hill video with those nails. Everyone said like those stick-on nails came so far, and I was like, okay, perfect, that's gonna be great for me. I finally put them on. They were great for 10 minutes, and then it was just awful. Like, I was just like, what are people talking about? Like, they did not stay at all, like maybe an hour at most, and then they started popping off. And when I was doing that video, like, I just got so frustrated. Like, I was just like, I'm done. I can't, like, every time I touched my hair, a new nail would like fall off. I found 5 nails in my hair. Like, that's how bad it was. And just trying to put them on between takes, that video took so long. And I get it, like, nice nails are aesthetically pleasing, but I'm just not that girl. I wish I was. I'm going to try. I'm getting my nails done for my show, because you have to have nails done for a show. We're gonna take that Carnelian shade. So I'm going to try to keep up with it and actually make an attempt to, you know, look overall just better. All right, I'm gonna dip into the citrine shade and actually use that for everything. Actually, do I like that? Do we like that? Yes. I was gonna say we could also use the peachy shade for sure, but I love my yellows, especially for summer, which it is summer here. I really need to clean my car before all my lipsticks. Like, I take advantage of winter months and I keep lipsticks in the car, and then they all melt if I leave them in there, and now is the time where they will melt because it's 99 degrees already. All right, so this is what it looks like finished. I really like this look. I think I'm gonna go in just a little bit more here with citrine, just to make it blend a little smoother, but they are all blending in on top of each other just fine. It's not looking like a muddy mess. I will do my lashes. I'm gonna actually do lashes today, and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm back and put together. I have lashes. I feel like a woman. So we are gonna use the Jaclyn Hill shade Isla. This did not come until later, so I couldn't swatch it. I really like this one. It's more on like the pinky purpley side, but I feel like it's still such a pretty color. Oh, and I dropped the lead. I'm gonna have to remember to put that back on because I would cry. Anyways, I wish they would say though, I'm like, is it Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics or is it Jaclyn Cosmetics? Because I feel like she's like, call it whatever you want, but I'm like, but just what is the name? What does that mean? So anyways, we're not gonna talk too much about her. We are going to dip into, if you have the Bloom palette, this is very, very like close dupe to that one. So the highlight in that palette. So I'm going to take this because I feel like this is going to pair like perfectly with this palette, like just that springy, summery type look. I absolutely love this shade, and this one is the Duo Glow in Alba. So if you have it, I feel like it goes gorgeous. I mean, it goes gorgeous on its own. This is definitely one of my favorite summer highlighters because it doesn't, even though it's like so scary in the pan, it just has this gorgeous like gold shift to it that just, yes, that's how I feel when I get excited. It's ridiculous. All right, not the best for right here. We're gonna just leave it there. All right, let's do some comparisons and talk about the overall palette. Okay, so overall, if you could not tell, I don't know why I always clap. It's just what I do when I'm excited as well. I used to do this when I was little. No matter what I would do, I'm on film, unfortunately, just being like, everybody clap now. But I really, really like this. I feel like this was one that got me really excited, one that I felt like the color story was a little bit different, and I was really happy about that. I would love to kind of see her continue to do these smaller palettes. I just feel like it's so much more affordable, and just, you know, it's not even like they're small. It's just a normal palette. You know what I mean? I 100% prefer this compared to the bigger palettes, hands down. Like, this is perfect. Please continue. Don't change it. And also, I was impressed that it was smaller, but it was still, I had a really good experience. I've only had the tiny like nude palette. I know that some people said they weren't the same quality, but I felt like this was classic Natasha Denona quality, and I'm happy that she didn't include too many new formulas. I'm all about brands improving, but I feel like she has such a good formula already that I kind of almost don't want her to keep changing them out because I feel like we never know what to expect. Like I think her last palette had the cream to powder formula, and then this one has, I mean, it does have the duochromes and mattes, but you know what I mean? I'm the tropical palette, like those like shimmer shades were a no-go, you know? So I hope that she just stays with the same formulas from now on in her palettes. If you want to try something new, come out with something else, you know, and just be like, this is a new formula on the side. That's just how I feel. Overall, I really like this palette. I don't really have any complaints. There was powder kick up, just so you guys can see now that it's been used. But nothing awful. Like I said, I didn't have any fallout. You guys could see that as well. I will say I do feel like most of her palettes in general, always like her holiday palettes, she really likes her cranberry pinky shades, which is fine, but I am happy that this time she did include, there's still a good amount of like dark shades in here to create a whole look. And you know, I said I like browns, but that's just me. I'm totally fine with it. Here are the swatches of the palette. I didn't have any problems with anything. Let's go ahead and go over some comparisons. So I want you guys to see side by side as far as what's happening here. So this is the size comparison. And yeah, like I said, it's not like this is a tiny little palette. Like this is definitely still bigger than like her, I don't know if it's bigger. It's probably the same size as the tiny ones. But yeah, I've had this for a year, and yes, it's been used and abused, but it's nothing's like gone from it. So, or even close, you know? As far as the yellows go, let's swatch those. I don't know why I always do it on this side of my arm, but it's fine. So that is the yellow from the Sunset, and this is the yellow oranges from the Sunrise. So definitely not the same yellows. I mean, as you guys can see, but I mean, similar, you know, I mean, it is similar. I'm not going to sit here and say like they're so different, but that's really the only one I see that's similar in this palette. There is this shade over here. Let's stack it next to Day Spring. So yeah, these two are pretty similar as well. This top one is Day Spring from the Sunrise, and then this one is Bronzage from the Sunset. So there are a few similar shades. I would say those are really the only two though that really catch my eye as far as being the same. I wouldn't say that this is a duplicate palette by any means. And then, you know, you have your Lila palette that looks like this. Again, I think the only similar shade would probably, you know, her golds are just the really similar ones. I find that the golds and like the peachier ones, like that's the gold from the Lila palette. They're all in the same story pretty much, which I wish you know, me personally, I'm like, I feel like she has enough golds, especially considering we have the gold palette. So I don't really feel like golds are necessary in every single palette, but that's my personal preference. I wouldn't say I have anything negative to say about this other than, yeah, you get a little powder kick up, but that's it. I still feel like this could be a good neutral palette on a given day. Like, I will use this all the time. I'm not the most neutral person though, you know. I actually skipped out on her Biba palette, but yeah, I think that is it. Let me know if there's anything else you need to know, but I think for $65, you're getting a really like fair price. Like I really hope she continues with this trend and doesn't change it. I'm very happy about that. And packaging wise, I like the sturdy packaging. You can still pop these out if you want to and put it in your own palette. But yeah, that is it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.